Hello everyone and welcome to the talk Breaking the Specification PDF Certification. My name is Simon and this was a joint work with Vladislav, Christian and Jörg. We are all researchers at Ruhr University Bochum. In the next 15 minutes we talk about PDF certification and how to use features in certification to change the content in a certified document. We start with the basics and take a look on the PDF structure, incremental updates, talk about the differences between signed and certified documents, and take a look on the permission levels in certified documents. So on the right side you see a simple PDF document. And each PDF document starts with a header. So the header defines the PDF version. The header is followed by the body and contains objects of the PDF document with unique object numbers. So it starts with the object of type catalog, which reference to the pages object, and the pages object reference to all pages in the document. As you can see, there's only one page in the document, so we only have one object of type page. So the page reference to the contents of the document or of the page. So you see in object number 4, there contains a stream, and within the stream there's the text of the PDF document and starts with contract. The third part of a PDF document is a cross-reference table or XREF table. It holds the entries or the byte offsets of the object defined in the body. So as you can see, it starts with 1 followed by 4. This means the first object is object number 1 followed by 4 entries. So as you can see, there's a 10, and 10 means the byte offset 10. So object number 1 starts at byte offset 10. The last part of a PDF document is a trailer. The trailer reference to the root object. So the root object is of type catalog and defines a byte offset of the cross-reference table. So in this example, the cross-reference tables start at byte offset 191. And these 4 parts build the whole PDF document. If we want to change the content of a PDF file or add new content, we do this usually within an incremental update. So this means only the modifications are added to the end of the PDF file within an update, but the original PDF content remains unchanged. So on the left side you see a simple PDF file, and now we want to add an incremental update. We do this by adding a body update, a cross-reference table update, and a trailer update. And these 3 parts build the incremental update. So if we want to sign a PDF document, we do this within an incremental update. And this incremental update protects the document. So there's a small part containing the signature value which leaves unprotected. So if we now want to add annotation to a signed PDF document, we do this with another incremental update. So as you can see, the annotation part is now unprotected. So let's talk about signed PDF documents. If you want to sign the simple PDF document, we do this within an incremental update. So as you can see here, we see that revision 1 is signed by CEO. But we are not limited to one signature. We can also add another signature. So in update 2, we add the revision 2, which is signed by CEO 2. And we also can add annotations. But if we want to add an annotation, like here, not for public release, we see there is in the signature part of the document, we see there's an annotation created with a warning. So signed PDF documents, there are multiple signatures are possible until a signer explicitly locks the document, and adding an annotation leads to warnings but are not blocked. So in certified documents, the certification must be added before signing the document. This is because the certification sets a permission level, P1, P2 or P3, for the whole document. So in certified documents up to the permission level, additional signature or annotations are allowed or prohibited. So let's take a look on the difference between signed and certified documents. Add or change visible content is not allowed in a signed or certified document, but you can fill out forms in certified documents P2 or P3, and in signed PDF documents this usually leads to warnings if you do not add a signature at the same time. But adding multiple signature is also allowed in signed PDFs and on certified documents at level P2 and P3. Adding annotations leads to warnings in most PDF applications when we do this within signed PDF, but is allowed on a certified document at level P3. So on the right side you see a certified document and a signature was added and an annotation was added, and we see on level P3 there's no warnings when we add an annotation. So let's start with the attacks on certified documents. We start with the evil annotation attack. We use annotations to add or hide content in certified documents, and we take a look on the user interface layers, UI layers, and we improve the stealthiness of the EAA. So for an EAA, you need a certified document on level P3. So adding or changing annotations is allowed. And annotations can be placed anywhere in the document. The PDF specification does not restrict the position or size of an annotation, so we can add an annotation as big as we want, and two annotations can overlap each other. The PDF specification 2.0 defines 26 annotation types, and 18 of them are allowed to be used in a certified document. So as you can see on the right side, we categorize them by their danger level. So danger level high means you can add text or images to the certified document. So for annotation free text and redact, you can add text, and for annotation stamp, you can images. At the level medium, it means you can hide images or text in a certified document, but you cannot add new content. And on level low, you only can add icons to the certified document. So how to use EIA to change the content in a certified document? We first use the annotation type stamp to hide content with a white image. So we place a white image above the text we want to change. After this, we add a free text comment or a free text annotation to add text chosen by the attacker. We place this over the stamp, and now we got our content placed in the document. As you can see, we can add content to a certified document without warnings in UI layer 1, which is always displayed when the document is opened, and no warnings in user layer 2, which must be opened by the user and provide more detailed information about the signature or certification. But we have to look at another UI layer, the UI layer 3, which holds a list of annotations added to the document. And this layer 3 must be also opened by the user, but it makes the modifications detectable for the user. So let's improve the stealthiness of EAA. We first have to find objects of type anode. You see we have two objects of type anode here, which hold a value, a subtype value of stamp or free text. So in the next step, we have to change the subtype to null or one that is not specified by the specification. So we set this to null, as you can see, and now the UI layer 3 holds an empty list. So this is how we improve the stealthiness of EAA. Let's take a look on sneaky signature attacks. Our goal is to use a signature to add and hide content in a certified document, and we take a look on the structure of signatures, and on top we show how to improve the stealthiness of SSA. The sneaky signature attack is possible on level P2 and P3 because this level allows to add a signature to a certified document. And the visible part of the signature can be placed anywhere in the document, and the PDF specification does not restrict the position or size of the signature, and also signature can overlap each other. On this slide you see the visible part of a signature. As you can see, there's a graphical part, and also a text part, and both parts can be chosen by the attacker. So let's use SSA to change content in a certified document. We first have to add an empty signature file over the content to be changed. We can do this manually or using tools like Apache PDFbox, which is a Java library to modify or sign PDFs. So in the next step, we have to create a visible signature with a white background image and text chosen by the attacker. In the last step, we have to insert the signature to the empty signature file. So now we have placed attacker-chosen content to a certified document using signatures. But this leads to a problem. So as you can see on UI layer 1 and UI layer 2, depending on the PDF application, the attack is detectable. So let's improve the stealthiness of SSA. In the first step, we have to find the object of file type SIG. So as you can see, we find file type SIG in the object number 7. And object number 7 contains a reference to the page object P, to the object 3, and the validation reference to number 8. The object 8 contains the signature value. So in the second step, we have to change the reference of the page object to our own signature object. This means we change the reference 3 to 7. So in the next step, we have to interrupt the signature validation, and we do this by changing the reference to, V to the next higher object number. So in this case, we change the value 8 to the value 9. But this leads to another problem. As you can see, the signature field is now interpreted as an empty field. So to prevent the signature field from being interpreted as an empty field, we have to mark it as read-only. And we do this by adding F1 to the signature object 7. So now the signature field will not be interpreted as an empty one. So we finish our improving the stealthiness attack on SSA. So as you can see, no signature is here in UI layer 1 and no signature is on UI layer 2. So let's have a look on the evaluation and the vulnerable PDF applications. We categorized them by the UI layers. We analyzed 26 PDF applications on 3 different operating systems. So on the middle part, you see the specification flaws. This means the attacks without improving the stealthiness. On the right part, you see the application flaws. This means the attacks with improving the stealthiness. We categorize them by the UI layers 1, 2, and 3. And a full cycle means the attack is undetectable on the UI layer. A semi-cycle means the attack is undetectable on the UI layer, but a general notification is shown. An empty cycle means the attack is clearly detectable on the UI layer. As you can see, the application flaws help to increase the number of vulnerable applications. For example, SSA on UI layer 2, the number of vulnerable applications increased from 0 to 9 if we improve the stealthiness. And we see the same for EAA on UI layer 3, where the vulnerable applications increase from 0 to 50. So what is the conclusion and the lessons learned? Unprotected updates are still a big problem in certified documents and also in signed PDFs. And supposed harmless features like signatures or annotations can be used for evil things like adding content to a certified document. So the specification should be updated. Adding signatures should only be allowed in a predefined signature fields defined by the certifier before the document is certified. And annotations should be limited, so there's no reason why we can add an image as big as a whole page or add content like text to the certified document. Using a whitelist would also help to reduce implementation flaws. If you want to learn more about PDF security, visit us at pdfinsecurity.org, and on pdfdemos.de we provide for you a detector for EAA and SSA. If you have any questions, write us an email. Thank you for your attention.